Let's go, Alliance! Wake up, Alliance! Are you having a good time? Let me hear you say, oh yeah! Oh, yeah! Woo! Let's go. I am fired up. Is there anybody other than me that's excited about your future? Man, I am so fired up, man. Thank you, Andy and Jane Albright. We love this opportunity we get to call the Alliance. This place where a little country bumpkin from Conway, North Carolina, had a shot to change his situation. So I'm very, very excited to be here. To whom much is given, much is required. So I hope at some point during this talk that you will hear something that will inspire you. The other thing that I don't know who I ticked off, but who in the world put me before lunch? Y'all know that's my favorite part of the day, right? So I'm gonna try to get out the way so you can get to your chicken. Is that all right? Now, to make this go by faster, this is not a monologue. This is not just me talking to you. So if you can get with me and understand the words that are coming out my mouth and give me some that's right, some oh yes, we're gonna get to the chicken faster. But if you sit there looking like Jackie and Chan, I don't understand the words that are coming out of your mouth, we're gonna be here for a long time. So it's either way you want it. We can handle this any kind of way you want it. So I'm from Conway, North Carolina, a little small town, about 750 people there right now. And I didn't travel a lot growing up, but the school took us to UNC Chapel Hill one Thursday. And as the activity bus was pulling into Chapel Hill, I started seeing stuff. See, where I'm from, people get up early, but they go to work. Like they go to work at a farm. They go work at, like my mama worked at Purdue with Tia Mama, the chicken plant, sewing factories, school teachers. They got up and went to work. When we was pulling into Chapel Hill, it was like 10 o'clock in the morning, and I seen people doing this. I'm like, they running. Why are you exercising at 10 o'clock? You're supposed to be at work. Have you ever rode in a neighborhood and seen all these big houses, nice cars sitting out front, and you just be like, I wonder what them people do. Because people where I come from, they don't run in the middle of the day. What about this one right here? Where when me and Tia were struggling with money, and money was a little low, we used to have IHOP night at the house. Y'all know what IHOP night is? You get you a 79-cent box of pancake mix. I'll get you a pound of bacon. We're going to switch it up at night. We're going to eat breakfast at nighttime. Isaiah be like, that ain't nighttime food. I'll be like, shut up, boy. Swallow that stuff. It'll stick to your ribs. You'll be all right in the morning. Leftovers. Boy, it tastes bad after 2 or 3 days. I remember 8 years ago, I was in this very meeting in Burlington, North Carolina. I had just started with the Alliance. I had started to make some cash, but I was still wondering, is this really it? Can I do this thing? It's like I had made $8,000 my first month. Like, I was just like, can I continue to do this? I remember meeting with Andy during a lunch break, me and Tia. And I was like, look, Andy, I done figured this thing out. I know this can work, but I'm finna file bankruptcy. Me and Tia and the kids, we're gonna move into a 3-bedroom apartment. And, that's gonna just relieve some of the pressure, And he looked at Tia. He was like, you down with that? And Tia was like, that's my man. I'm gonna stick with him. I'm gonna stick by him. You better get you a Tia in your life. That's right, she been rocking with me since 1994. Shoot. But listen, I was like, he was like, how many kids y'all got? And Tia was like, 4. And y'all, how many square foot is y'all house now? I was like, 2,800. And y'all gonna move into an apartment. And so Jeff Bright was in there. See, when you want to win, you put your ego in the back pocket and you go where you could get freaking help. And Andy was like, well, can I coach you a little bit? And then he said, yeah. And then he said, well, Jeff Bright, you got anything to say? Now, keep in mind, I'm used to being successful, but here I am asking questions to try to get myself out of my predicament. And Jeff told me a story about a buffalo going into a storm and a cow. I ain't gonna bore y'all with that, but it helped me. It blessed my life. Y'all meet me at the break, I'll tell you about it. But long story short, Andy said, listen, Bo, if you just keep following the system, you're gonna make a whole lot of money. So go ahead and purpose in your mind that you're gonna make a whole lot of money and you're gonna stay humble and hungry. So look at your neighbor and say, we finna make a whole lot of money. Just stay humble and stay hungry. And if that neighbor ain't acting halfway right, they looking at you all crock-eyed and crooked face and stuff, turn to your other neighbor and say, we finna get rich, baby. So what I'm finna do is I'm finna tell you how me and Tia have been building our business. And we're gonna talk about building with part-time agents. But viewer discretion is advised. The words that are coming out of my mouth is my opinion and my opinion only. If I give you conflict and information that from your growing up line, you listen to your growing up line, okay? But this what's been working for me. Now, if you look on the back of the new agent kit, there's an Albright Surgeon General warning, okay? And it goes like this right here. This event is gonna be packed with content known to cause swelling. Can anybody use a good swelling? A swelling of the pocketbook. It's gonna cause burning desires to succeed, itching for exotic locales, and an urgent need to act. But I just wanna make sure we cover all of our bases. There ain't no guarantees to income. We got agents that ain't making a dime. We got agents making money like Stephen Davis swimming in $100 bills bucket naked, baby. But the success or failures of each agent, like any other business, depends on the agent's own skills. Say something to me. Their own dedication, their own experience, their own leadership qualities, and their individual effort. Listen, at the Alliance, we can help you with we can help you with skill. We can help you with experience. We can help build you as a leader. But what we can't bring to the table is your effort and dedication. So if you bring effort and dedication, Andy and Jane have already put a system in place that's dummy-proof. How I know it's dummy-proof? Because I'm living proof, baby. $363,000 deposited in my bank account already this year. That's right. That's right. That's right. But let me give you a disclaimer. I got a wife and 4 kids. I still ain't got nothing. I ain't saying she a gold digger. But she ain't messing with no broke, y'all. Ain't that right? Hey, but let me tell you something about my baby. We've been rocking since 1900. I remember times when we was in college, we would share a 5-piece breadstick from Pizza Hut and get some water. We was cooking bologna sandwiches on hot plates in dorm room. We wouldn't even buy Lay's potato chip. We get the Winn-Dixie brand, baby. 2 for $2, baby. But this is my family right here that I'm very, very proud of. I love my family. I love my family. So me and Tia, in 2 weeks, we will celebrate 22 years of marriage. At 30 years, I get a gold watch. That's right. So we have 2 juniors in high school. Actually, Anaya is in driver's ed right now. Y'all pray for the people in North Carolina on the road, because that girl cannot drive a lick. I took her driving in the school parking lot the other day. I said, don't even worry about it. I'm gonna let that man help you. She's a cheerleader. Anaya, she's 16, she's a cheerleader. Elijah is, he plays football, runs track. does anything with the ball. My other son, Isaiah, he is 15. Y'all remember when I first got started, Isaiah was breaking eyeglasses every week. Homeboy done moved up to contacts now. I think he started to smell himself. He don't want 4 eyes no more. But it's crazy. Isaiah's going to the 10th grade this year. Isaiah's probably 5'11", 250 pounds, just made varsity at 10th grade in one of the top power programs in the state of North Carolina. So super proud of him. That dude is crazy. And then we got boss lady Taylor, Tay-Tay. Tay-Tay is 8 years old, and it's crazy because Taylor got started kindergarten during COVID year. In North Carolina, we freaked out over COVID. And I freaked out too because the school closed down. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with her? At 5, you're supposed to go to kindergarten, like go to a school, not come to my office and get on a darn Zoom. So she did kindergarten on Zoom. And I don't know about y'all, but just like this business, you can do a lot by Zoom, but nothing is going to replace that face-to-face interaction. So having that being said, like she did kindergarten on Zoom, so there were some foundational things that she missed because it was over Zoom. So we've been blessed enough to put her into private school where she's doing well. And then we got Bruno. Everybody don't talk about Bruno. Look at Bruno. Bruno is growing on me after 18 months. But that's our family. So if you're sitting in here tonight and you're wondering, you know what I'm saying, my plate is already full. Can I do this thing? That picture represents a full plate. But what I found out is this right here. Most successful people, they turn the reasons that they couldn't do something into reasons they should do something. Y'all track what I'm putting down? So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. But let's get started with the content for today. Uh-oh, wrong button. There we go. So we built our business primarily with part-time agents. Now, am I saying don't hire people full-time? I ain't saying that, dude. I wouldn't have got hired. I got started with this company as soon as I got laid off from a job that they didn't let me start. But anyway, and I ain't have a choice but to win. But a lot of times, we attract a lot of people that got a full-time job and they doing this on the side, a little side hustle. So let's talk about who is a part-time person. In my opinion, anybody that's doing less than 20 appointments a week and 20 interviews a week are considered part-time. We call that 20/20 vision, right? So think about this, guys. 20 appointments a week. How long do it take you to book 20 appointments a week? You do 4 appointments an hour, that's 5 hours, right? You book 20, you're going to sit down on 15, that's 15 hours. So that's 5 plus that's 15, 20 hours. Then you do 20 interviews a week. You could do about 4 interviews an hour, so that's another 5 hours. That's still less than 40 hours a week, about 35 hours a week. So if you're doing less than that, you're part-time. Or if you ain't trying to do the sell and recruit thing, I don't know why you wouldn't do that. But if you're only selling and doing less than 30 appointments a week, you're part-time. See, there's a difference between part-time and this is all I do. Some people say they full-time, but this is just all they do. They don't do this full-time. 40 hours a week, that's minimum full-time. Y'all tracking what I'm putting down? So Alex Abian put this slide up last year in Reno, Nevada. And it was a breakdown of his business. And I was like, I wonder how mine stack up. See, another problem is this right here. A lot of us compare ourselves to the weakest ones in the room. From day one, when I had our hell no moments at this meeting, y'all. When I saw people walk across this stage and Andy gave them the microphone and they English was worse than mine, I was like, oh, hell no. When they couldn't even put together a well-put-together ensemble like this right here, I was like, oh, hell no. If them jokers can do this thing, I can do it. So I was like, how do my business stack up? Now, keep in mind, we have made $363,000. More than half of that is overrides. So I love to sell. So I'm still selling. Don't get it twisted. Now, I will put out $15,000 in issue paid premium on my own personal opinion. If y'all don't pass gas, that ain't gonna resonate. But anyway, but check this out. So when you look at Alex Abian's group, about 1% issue paid more than $25,000. Then the next group was about 3%. But you go all the way down there to the bottom. Under $5,000 issue paid premium, had 166 people, that about 80% of his organization. And I put mine up. Now keep in mind, I know some of y'all probably saying, dang, he ain't got but 45 people. Well, how many you got? Don't judge me, judge your mama. No, I'm just joking. Hey, Marcus is gonna fix this on tomorrow during service. But what I found out was, wait a minute, my group looked just like Abian's group. Andy Albright said, we all make the same amount of money, he just make it faster. So I'm thinking, well, dadgum, Alex Abian group looked just like mine, he just got more. What's the difference? He had some leaders to show up. He had a Mike and Noel to show up. Hey, Mike and Noel Leventovich got a big group here. Guess what? Mike and Noel Leventovich, they started out what? Part-time. Y'all tracking what I'm putting down? So it really don't matter where you start, it's how you finish. All right? So I'm just looking for people in my team. I'm looking for a Mike and Noel. We are all a Mike and Noel Leventovich from changing our life. We are all one Stephen Davies away from changing our life. Look at your neighbor and say, I'm just one away. I am so close. But listen, this is the good news, guys. There is no difference between an under 5,000 producer and a 25,000 producer. The only difference is it ain't that they were smarter. It ain't that they looked better. They just ran more appointments. They just invested more money in leads. So you don't have to stay at the bottom. There is an unlimited number of board member positions available here at the Alliance. See, in corporate America, you used to have to wait for somebody to die, somebody to move, somebody to retire to get promoted. Here, it's up to you. You go as fast as you want to go. Fast is fun, but slow, sure enough, is painful. So why are people looking? There is a difference in the way that we think here at the Alliance versus the rest of the unwashed world. Here at the Alliance, you are in the land of abundance. This is a room full of ambition. This is a room that is full of positive thinking. This is a room where it doesn't matter the color of your skin. Only thing you got to do is take a seat at the table. There is a seat at the table with your name on it. But in the rest of the unwashed world, this is how they feel. This is my baby Taylor when she was about 3. She did not like getting that hair done. But in most people's worlds, they are concerned about their money, job layoffs, who's in office. They're concerned about, there's a lot of uncertainty, right? And look at these headlines here. This is from the American Psychological Association, speaking about the psychology of the stress of money. About 72% of Americans report feeling stressed about money at least sometime during the month. So you go to the Walmarts and you stand in line and you see 10 people at the self-checkout counter, 7 of them are concerned about their money right now. I don't even like going to Walmart no more. You know, if they make me check myself out and treat me like I stole something, that little lady at the door, when I go in and catch hell, I'll keep walking right past her. You ask to see my receipt, shh, go back to self-checkout counter number 8, catch the video. I ain't saying money gonna solve all your problems, but let me tell you about the stress of money. When you have to stress about money, it makes you feel less than. You're always anxious. Most Americans' money is like a house of cards. If one thing goes wrong, if the hot water heater go out and I catch a flat tire, oh hell. I don't know about y'all, but some people was like, they didn't know that they was poor growing up. Hell, I knew I was poor. When you can walk outside your house and speak to 10 of your neighbors from your front porch at one time, your ass is poor. When your mama work at the chicken plant and she come home on her Dachshund 210 with the little hatchback, and she got a case full of chicken thighs because the truck had a wreck on the way to the grocery store and they can't sell it to the store and they just put it on the board. Whatever's on the board was what we was eating. Some people be like, I didn't know I was poor. I knew I was poor when my mama cranked the car up and some smoke flew out the back of the engine. The tailpipe. I knew it. Y'all watch TV? I don't see how you didn't know, but I knew, and I didn't like it. See, I found out very early on, guys, I hated average. I hated the smell of average. I hated the way average people think. I hated the way they always was upset and mad at everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember one time Tia called, we had started to make a little money. Tia called me, she was like, there's a car repair about $600. And I was like, okay. She said, that's a different response. I was really kind of scared to call you because you normally start cussing and fussing. But that's what happened when you ain't got no money. How can, like, my cousin, she buying a house. She closed yesterday. But her son swallowed a quarter. So the boy swallowed a quarter, and they had to go to the emergency room to get the quarter out, right? And they're in the middle of trying to close from a house. I'm thinking to myself, I will whoop his tail. Here we are sitting here trying to come up with closing costs, and you swallowing a quarter? You know how much money that quarter gonna cost us? Look at this Gallup survey. 55% of Americans rate their finances only fair to poor. 70% of Americans are feeling stressed. The Great Resignation. People are getting sick and tired of being sick and tired. They are leaving corporate America by the droves. 44% of people got side hustles. They think they're going to need a side hustle for the rest of their life. Let me ask this question. Where can you find these people? They are all around us, y'all. These are occupations that are on the dream team right now doing this thing as a side hustle. We got payroll managers, EC teachers, claims administrators. They all around you. The only thing we have to do is not be a freaking secret agent. We got to tell everybody that we got the best side hustle in America. If you believe that, let me hear you say, "So enough." Why is it the best side hustle? We got a low barrier entry. Only thing you got to do is get a dadgum insurance license, y'all. That ain't hard. We got people doing it in a weekend. You ain't got no products to buy. See, in every other deal I had to get in, I was trying to buy something and then resell it. I got a friend, she said Mary Kay. I ain't against Mary Kay, but I went to her house one day and I opened up I thought it was the coat closet, and lipstick, lip gloss, foundation, all that stuff just fell right out. She basically went in debt trying to keep qualification for a $200 a month car. Like, you spending $500 a month for a $200 a month car allowance. That just don't make no sense. We got flexible schedules. See, listen, guys, we're living in a time now where people are confusing flexible with freedom. See, since COVID, you got the flexibility to work from home, but people think that's freedom. You ain't got no dadgum freedom. They still telling you, you got to sign on the computer, you better have your camera on, we're monitoring your phone time. That ain't no freedom. We got great pay. We get paid 3 days a week. I remember having to wait 14 days to get a check. Y'all don't work companies pay you every 2 weeks. Get down to about day 12, you ain't got no money in your bank account. This is what I used to do. On the way to work, I'll stop at a gas station, fill up the car, put about $50 in there, but you use your debit card, they only charge you $1 right then. You get your $50, be like, I'll handle the rest when I get paid. Y'all don't do stuff like that. Y'all about to get creative. We got leads, y'all. In every other deal I was in, I used to have to go out and drum up my own business. We got people responding back to us requesting what? We sell. Only thing we got to do is call and find out what time they're going to be at the house. Go over there, be nice to them, and get them taken care of. We got incentive trips every single year. We take world-class vacations every single year. We got world-class training. Is this training not phenomenal? But most importantly, we got you, baby. We got you. Ain't nobody else in America got you. But there are 5 things that you need to know about side hustlers. Number 1, they not looking for another job. See, they already stressed out about wages, the rising cost of inflation, they can't advance in their career, like they don't want that. They want a place where, you know what, I can come and get free. They want a place that it's all about them, not just about the bottom line. Guess what? They're used to having just enough. Now, this is the downside right here. See, we're in America, we're used to having just enough money to pay our bills, not enough money to live life, right? So when we working with these side hustlers, we got to start helping them dream. What would it be like to have another $10,000 in the bank outside of what you need to pay your bills? I remember when I first got started, one of my goals was to do a $1,000 fist pump. That was, had $1,000 in cash in my pocket and $10,000 in the bank. But as you work with people, you grow that desire, you grow that dream that Big Mike talked about. They're used to being employees, not entrepreneurs. They're used to spending their money. They don't know the importance of reinvesting. So we have to slow down and teach people. If you reinvest in your business, you're going to make more money. That's called investing and not spending. You got to show them, you know what? If you don't invest back in your business, you're going to give it to Uncle Sam in taxes. Most people don't know that, so you can't give tax advice, but tell them to go talk to somebody that know what they're talking about, right? And the goal is, guys, to find them and grow them. Not that they just stay there. Again, they're used to just having just enough, but get them around, do excursions, do contests, to give them the taste of what the next level of life is going to look like. And part-timers is our ticket to get to 10,000 people in a stadium. Why do I say that? It's just simple math. If we got 1,000 people and 800 of them are part-timers, if 800 people get 10 to NatCon, that's 8,000 people, plus women and children. We ain't counting the women and children yet. Y'all know somebody gonna bring their children to a meeting. You can tell them don't bring them, but they gonna bring them. But listen, guys, we grow them, we get them in this environment, but it's gonna be critical to us getting to that next level. But there's also a downside to side hustling. Don't treat this thing like a side hustle. Now, there are 4 mindsets that every side hustler must do. 4 things they must do. Number 1, find your income replacement number. Listen, don't get used to just getting a little bit when a lot is available. What is the first step to freedom? And I ain't talking about just personal production. What about passive income? See, when I talk with part-timers, I get their income goal. Let's say they want to make $2,000 a month. And I'll ask them a question like, hey, I'm going to show you how to do that with your own effort. But where you're going to use me most at, where I can be most useful to you, is creating another 2,000 in passive. Let me help you build a team, right? Number 2, create a schedule to make it happen. Be a slave to your schedule. Number 3, learn and follow and teach the system. What is our system? The 8 Steps to Success and the Millionaire Maker Manual. You'll be surprised how many people are in this business and have not read the 8 Steps to Success or the Millionaire Maker Manual. And build your team fast. Year-to-date numbers. We've helped 132 part-time agents get paid this year. We normally issue pay about 45 unique riders and 21 issue paid legs. We are wide, y'all. That's right. You can have 45 people in one leg, but it's a lot more profitable if they spread out. Y'all check? Hey, Mike, them legs got to be spread out, baby. Hey. We got 27 part-timers earning about $600 a month. Some people are like, $600 ain't a month. Well, in 2008, when the world went to hell in a handbasket, they did statistics that if Americans had another $500 a month, we would have prevented almost all those foreclosures. 16% of our part-timers that are consistently plugging in are doing $1,300 a month. But check this out. We don't want you to stay part-time. Look at the difference between the part-time people and my full-time people. My full-time people are averaging $21,000 a month. So you don't want to stay there. I want to show y'all a couple of people. This is my girl, Abby G, right here. Abby G is from Albemarle, North Carolina. She's been with us 14 months part-time. Full-time, she was a recruiting assistant, and she saw this opportunity as a way to make some extra money, get rid of a second job, and grow her mentality. Recently, about a week ago, Abby fired her job. She was making more money with us part-time than her full-time job. She's a qualified key leader and have already made over $20,000 part-time this year. Kathy and Fred Ogianwo in Houston, Texas. Been with us for 3 years. Some people think Kathy just appeared and just started killing it. No, she was marinating for three years. We put mustard on her as a binder. We seasoned her up. We loved on her, right? But she started full-time about 6 months ago, and she's already qualified for an all-expense-paid trip. She went to Ireland, right? She's already made over $90,000 this year, and she's on her way to agency manager, her and Fred. And they got 3 legs here. Abby G got 2 legs here. 2 legs. Josh and Alexis Parker out in Greensboro, North Carolina. Brand newlyweds here. Been with us about 18 months. Now, I tried to recruit Josh. I've been trying to recruit Josh for 10 years. I used to drive the Sunday school van at church when I was a deacon. They done put me out the deacon part. They put me out the deacon part because sometimes I cuss. I like to drink a little liquor every now and then. They frown upon that in the Baptist church. He was a student loan servicer full-time. Saw this just as an opportunity to make a better life for him and his kids. Like I said, I tried to recruit him in World Venture Summer, everything, but I met him on a Sunday night in Walmart down the kids' aisle, down the toy aisle. I was like, I got him cornered. It was me, him, and Elmo. He got in. He's in the top 33 in the company for sales and recruiting. See, our part-timers, they ain't just doing a little bit, they doing the whole system. And he's on pace to make $45,000 with us part-time and building towards agency manager. And he has 4 legs here this weekend. Tanisha and Junior Staten. Y'all saw him last night walk across stage, get their little hardware. Started with us part-time 5 years ago. Tanisha was a mortgage processor. Junior drive them 18-wheelers. She made more money in one transaction than she did working at her full-time job. And she was like, why do I keep doing this? We was like, we don't know. She qualified for Alaska during the COVID year and qualified agency manager on pace to make $75,000 this year. My man Quincy Washington and his girl Nicole McCullum. Quincy was a financial analyst, started with me part-time 8 years ago when I first got started and quit his job December of 2021. He was already making $3,000 a month part-time with us, but now he's full-time qualified agency manager and on pace to make 6 figures this year. Thank you. I love you, baby. So I'm a country boy from North Carolina, and I try to hang out in better environments. So I went to Neiman Marcus, and I wanted to get some cologne. You see, I was used to buying the stuff from the gas station. You know the little oil the man be selling at the gas station? You look on the little label, it be like, Buck Naked is the name of the oil. I'm like, all right, let's see how this turn out. Put that mess on you. So I went to Neiman Marcus, went to a real cologne counter, and I'm an old country boy. So they had the cologne, and then they had this bowl of coffee beans and these little strips. So I will say, let me try that. Okay, and then the lady said, put your nose up to the coffee beans. I smelled that. She said, let's try this right here. And I said, well, give me some of that Versace. She said, Versace? I was like, I grew up on Hooked on Phonics. V-E-R is ver, S-A-C-E is sace, Versace. She said, no, you must be talking about Versace. I said, yeah, that's it. That's what I meant. Excuse me, ma'am. When I was in 6th grade, the teacher told me, Terry, it's time for you to go out back to the trailer. See, they weren't politically correct back in the day. They sent the dumb kids to the trailer. You know, I couldn't read that good, so I'd be counting. You know, you had to read in school, and you'd be like, this student read paragraph 1, next one read paragraph 2. I was counting, trying to see, okay, well, I'm going to be like number 11. I'm going to go ahead and get a head start. She said, Terry, you ain't reading, you calling words. I said, well, I couldn't read that good. So anyway, so I tried the Versace. I said, ooh, this smells good. And there was this other lady that was observing me. And I was starting to get irritated because she was just looking at me like I didn't belong. And I don't know about you, but when you look at me like I don't belong, I get pissed. I'm like, I'm just as good as you. I might be window shopping, but I'm just as good. I ain't buying it because I can't. It's just because I don't want to right now. So this well-to-do lady, she was like, sir, you are trying cologne. What you want to do is wear the cologne. And I was like, well, ma'am, what do you mean? She said, well, I'm from France, and this is my thing. I said, well, tell me more. Educate me, will you? She said, if you really want to wear the cologne, what you do is you take it and you spray it in the air, and you walk up under it. So that the cologne, you wear the cologne. So I was like, wait a minute. So all you got to do is put it in the air and walk up under it. I don't know who need to hear this, but what are you putting in the air that you just need to walk under? I'm going to be the first successful entrepreneur in my family. I'm going to put it in the air and walk up in it, baby. I'm going to be financially free, and I'm going to walk up in it, baby. I'm going to be the first 6-figure passive income earner on the Dream Team. I'm going to be the first black junior board member for the Alliance. I'm going to be the first 6-7-figure earner in my family. Sharp and ambitious people are joining my business every day. My kids gonna graduate debt-free. I am above and not beneath. What are you putting in the air and walking up in? My name is Terry Edwards. I love you and I approve this message.